Welcome, 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 welcome. Let's start. Comfortable seat. If a comfortable seat for you is using the back of your chair, by all means, feel your back supported by the back of your chair. You like to just see what it feels like to sit just upright in your spine, just with the support of your body. If that's comfortable, you can do that. If that's not comfortable, use the back of your chair. You want a posture that doesn't draw attention to itself, more or less. So you want to have comfortable placement of your feet, where you feel like the joints, your ankles and your knees and your hips are relaxed and released, are resting. Then if you want to close your eyes here briefly, you might close your eyes. Sense into the space behind your two knees. There's some ease in your knees. Let your legs really just rest. Find the most comfortable resting position for your legs. And then come up into your arms and your hands. Sense internally, as well as you can, just feel a sense of your arms, of your two arms, from your shoulders, from where they hang or hinge at your shoulders, down through your elbows, through the muscles of the upper arms, down through the elbows, and then get a little sense of your forearms, lower arms, and then your hands. And is there any tension at the elbows? Sometimes in the way that we feel a little bit of tension held at the knees, the backs of the knees, you rest fully the insides of your elbows and then out through your wrists, your hands, and your fingers. And then take a few breaths. Feel at ease in your shoulders, your neck, and your throat. The muscles of your face soft. Does the breath move with some relative ease on the inhale and the exhale? Let's take another 3 or 4 breaths. Just notice the breath as it is. Its natural state. As you come to the bottom of your next exhalation, your eyes are closed, let your eyes softly blink open. And then let's take the hands just out in front of you, just float your hands up out in front of you, and you can alternately spread and stretch your hands and fingers wide, and then come to fists. Put that little bit of movement through the joints of your wrists, and the fingers, and the palms. Good. And then just with your hands in a very easy loose fist, turn hands around your wrist a few times. A few times in each direction. Bring the palms together in front of you. And then with your fingers interlaced, pull your left wrist towards you and your right wrist away from you. So one's in flexion, one's in extension. We're doing opposite actions and then reverse. So push your left wrist out, away from you, and pull your inner right wrist towards you. And then just nice and easy movements, switch back and forth through a little bit of wrist, call it wrist flossing. And then we'll switch just the orientation of the hands so that the wrists are looking up and down. Right wrist pointing outward and your left wrist pointing downward. And then switch, just go back and forth like that. Then let your hands go and then just very loose, shake very loose the fingers, the hands, and the wrists, and the forearms. Let's let the hands rest and do the same kinds of things with the feet and the ankles. If you can, lift both feet at the same time, where you're gonna kind of clench the toes as if you could like make little fists with your feet and then spread. And just back and forth like that a few times. In and out, in and out, in and out. Outward spread, tight fist, outward spread, tight fist. Good. And then circles. You get a nice range of motion around your ankles. You can go in the same direction, you can go in opposite directions, right? Or just whatever comes to your ankles as a kind of natural impulse. These circles in each direction. Okay, and then bring both feet to the floor and kind of just step up, shift weight into the balls of your feet so that your heels are lifted, rather, your heels are lifted above the floor. And then if it's comfortable for your feet, if there are no issues with your toes such that it's okay for you to turn your toes back and just kind of lean a little bit into the top of your foot or the top of your toes, just so that you feel a little longer stretch into the top of your ankle. One foot at a time, and then you can switch. Just kind of depends on, the shape of your foot, the makeup of your foot, how long or short your toes are. There are no issues with the bones in your toes. A little longer extension in the top of the ankle. Good. And then just set both feet back down on the floor and just feel through the toes. A little more space and mobility in the feet. And then let's take a breath in and reach your arms up over your head. And then exhale, lower your arms back down. So you can stay seated against the back of your chair, or you can come up off the back support of your chair. Move and breathe here. Take 2 or 3 more breaths. Once more. Good. And then with your next breath, take just your right arm up. Reach it across and down to your left knee and just give yourself a gentle twist. Same thing, right arm, you come back to center, you lift your right arm up, and then on the exhale, turn. 3 more breaths like that. You could use your left hand as a little extra leverage if you wanted to just reach around, if it's easy to reach to the back support of your chair. You can add a little bit of extra help in turning you, and then just come back to center with an inhale and exhale through. And then when you're ready, inhale left arm, and then across and down. Repeating. Couple more. Yeah, return to center. Rest your 2 hands again, and then just pause through a breath. Okay, let's come just a little more forward. If you're already off the back support of your chair, come a little bit more forward. Give yourself enough space to round back into the back spine without hitting up against the back of your chair. So let that be an out breath. Just drop chin to chest, round back like you're intentionally slumping backward. And then with a breath in, bring everything forward, feel your upright spine, and then it's a little lift of your chest. Might take your head up slightly if it doesn't bother your neck. Exhale, slide hands forward, round back. Inhale. Flexion and extension up and down the entire length of your spine. Think about the length of your spine that begins at the base of your skull. You might even just think about the crown of your head, maybe it's the top end of your spine, to tailbone, to coccyx. And all of the length in between. Let's do a few more breaths like that. Let's go once more. Feel how good it feels to really put some space, some stretch into the abdomen. And then just end with your spine in neutral and pause again and take a breath. Okay, and then you want to have enough room to be able to fold over your legs or fold even a little more deeply between your knees. Just go wherever is comfortable for you, for your legs and for your spine. It's comfortable for your spine. If you have tension or issues with lower back, discs or vertebrae, you might just be here. Just give your spine a little more support by using your legs. And then you're gonna extend the spine back up on a breath and just keep going. Arms overhead on the inhale as you come up. Reach forward, do a little forward fold from your chair as you breathe out. Remembering that you can either roll up through your spine If it doesn't bother your back to roll up through your vertebrae, you can do that, or you can lead with the arms so that you're really using and activating more of your back musculature, more of your upper back, I should say. And legs, you might really feel your legs, your feet really pushing the floor to get you up. You can just let it stay really loose. If loose is okay. Let's take 2 more breaths like that. Exhale, fold. Nice. Okay, pause again and just take a breath. Good. And then we're going to use the back of the chair to fold backward. Okay, so your feet can be wherever your feet feel like they're making the rest of you stable in your seat. Sometimes you can bring your feet up onto the legs of your chair. And then you can either keep arms wide as you fold back, that's the breath in, and the exhale just brings you forward. Right, or you can do that alternate position with your hands together, behind your head, elbows wide, drop back, and then come up. And you can put as much effort into lifting yourself back up through your abdomen as you want to. You're going to feel that anyway. And you can just make that a little bit more of a conscious action effort on the exhale. Work a little bit of your core musculature. Either arm position is perfect. Let's do 3 or 4 more. Feels really good to get that just little support of a back bend right underneath the shoulder blades. You're using some of that upper back musculature to support your leaning back. Take 1 more, do 1 more. Wow. Okay, and then let's do from there a few side bends to each side. Let's start with a breath in. Take right arm up. Nice and easy fold to one side. And then just kind of switch arms with the breath. Let's do 2 more to each side. Yeah, good. And then again, end with your hands resting and pause for a breath. Every time we just come back to a breath, a comfortable seat, and pause to take a breath. Just a little assessment, right? Just a little, any sense of change or shift as you're moving through the sequence, as you're moving through the period of your practice. So let's come up and use either the back or the seat of the chair and do a half downward facing dog, a chair dog, chair downward facing dog, right at the front, or you can hold the sides, or you can be kind of up near the front edge of the seat. There's support under your hands, and then your arms can extend. You walk your feet back and drop your chest. Just gonna stay nice and soft and loose on my knees. Put some space between my feet. I'm about hips distance apart. I could even be a little wider. Let's just see how that feels to go a little wider with your feet. Might give you a sense of there being more space for the pose, more space around the hip joints, the lower back. Wherever your head is comfortable, you can drop your head and look back if it doesn't bother your neck, or you can look at the floor so that your ears are more in line with your upper arms, wherever you're comfortable in your neck. This is just nice to do throughout the day. If you find yourself sitting for long periods of time, do this with the seat of your chair, or do it with your table. Do it a little higher up on the level of the table. Let's take another breath. Good. And then shift your shoulders forward, head forward, walk your feet back up. Lift up off of the seat of your chair, and then just come to a mountain pose, come to a comfortable mountain pose where you roll your shoulders. Want to loosen any strain out of the shoulders and the arms, and then pause here and take a breath. Okay, and then let's just move back to the chair. Then let's sit close enough that you could take one leg over the other leg. Like eagle pose, sitting on the seat of your chair. And if you can do all this sort of nutty, pretzel-y twisting and bringing your foot all the way around, if you have that much mobility in your knees and your hips and your ankles, you could do that. If you're just kind of somewhere out here, you're just holding your legs together a little bit more firmly, like really actively press one leg into the other leg. Press your legs into each other. Want to add the arms, you could come and just add elbow over elbow intertwining of your forearms, or you can just be here, just stretching the outer shoulders and the upper back, both legs firmly together, and then release, uncross and take the opposite cross of your legs, and just press together, just press together. Then shoulder stretch here, opposite. Eagle arms or just outer shoulder. You're just kind of pulling the elbow across. Legs together, firm. Take one more breath. Yeah, and then just release that tension and then find a comfortable seat again. Pause and take a breath, reassess. And then we'll breathe here into a count of 4 or 5, say, and then out to a count of 5 or 6. Slightly longer breathing ratio exhalation, slightly longer exhalation. Okay, and just in whatever way makes sense to you. If you can kind of feel heartbeat, right, you might just let your count kind of follow the rhythm of your own pulse. And then if that's a comfortable breathing rhythm, you can just stick with that, or you can count seconds. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. Just play with that for just a minute or a few breaths, establish a rhythm that's comfortable for you. And breathe out just slightly longer exhalation ratio. Continue in that way, breathing and counting. Notice if you're holding the body rigid in any sense, just to maintain your focus on your breath. Just be a little more restful. If you find you're holding or straining anywhere in the body, sit comfortably. Keep coming back to check your posture. Sit comfortably and breathe comfortably. Let's take another 5 breaths like that, 5 more cycles of breath. When you get to the end of those 5 breaths, let go of the counting, let go of that more intense focus. Breathe just normally, naturally in and out through your nose once or twice. And you might just pause with your eyes closed before you get up and move into the rest of your day.